Well, good morning, beautiful people. Welcome back for another segment of Breakfast with Bulldog. I'm Bulldog 917, your host. Of course, you know it, the host with the most. And well, I know I've kind of been offline here for a little bit, but do know it's for good reason. I'm having some pretty damn good dental issues, and well, wasn't a lot of pain. In a way, I kind of still am in a lot of pain, but it does feel like it's subsiding and it's getting better. So, which is good. I guess what I'm going to do here is I'm going to wait for others to come in the room here. Oh, here we go. We already got somebody in here. Guy YouTuber, good morning, sir. So, how are you doing this morning? On this mighty fine Thursday morning. Well, I've been in a lot of pain the last few days. I got another loose tooth that I have to deal with. In the next day or two, and when the swelling and stuff completely goes down, it's so far it's subsiding on its own. For a little bit there, I was getting a little concerned that maybe I'd have to go in to see a doctor to at least get antibiotics, but like I said, this thing's going down and it's starting to do okay. Once it gets better, I'm gonna. Oh shit! Did you say anything? Oh yeah, you did. Uh, rotisserie chicken. Yeah, I like rotisserie chicken. It's good. Hey, Skull Savant. I'm doing good. I am doing good. Good morning, Sir Wrath. How you doing there this morning? As you can tell, a lot of the swelling's gone down on my face now. Big difference from the other day, huh? But I'm not out of the woods yet. It's underlying jaw part right here. I still have a real big knot right there, and that's from the abscess. Well, I can't stay away forever. I know people are going to wonder why, 'cause I know the rumors will fly, why bulldog drop off so quick. Well, I'm in here to explain why I've dropped off for the last few days. It's been because of I've got dental issues. Bulldog, are horses in California cheap? I don't think so. Quite the contrary. I think they're very expensive. Yeah, it does look a lot better than what it was. I'm still getting pain sensation through the jawline here, and yeah, it is getting better though. Oh, houses. No, they're very expensive. Houses are very expensive. Well, good morning there, Tiger. How you doing? You're looking good. Neighbor. I should buy shit. Yeah, ain't happening. I'm sorry. Houses out here start at like $2, $3 million. I ain't got that kind of ka-ching, you know? Besides that, owning a house here in California, nah. Even if I had the money and could afford it, I wouldn't buy and own a house here. The taxes alone would make you want to go, yeah, and run away. Even a tiny house. This is an earthquake prone state. You know, for what they're asking for the real estate out here, I think it's way the hell too expensive. Is the apartments affordable there? Well, they're a ripoff too. You tell me, I pay 2 grand for a 1 bedroom apartment. I pay $2,000 a month for a 1 bedroom apartment. Unfortunately, no. I will not buy any form of real estate or business or anything like that in this state. I mean, I was thinking about owning a business, but when I found out what the state does to business owners out here, the shit they put them through, I'm like hell to the fucking no. Even your high tech companies out here are looking to bail. They're trying to, you know, they're trying to bounce out of California. I'm in San Jose. I'm right in the heart of Silicon Valley. I mean, hell, we got everything here. San Jose, yeah, San Jose. Or San Jose. It used to upset my brother-in-law when I'd sit there and look at him and call it that, because that's what it spells, Joe's. But it gives the Mexican meaning of it of saying hose. San Jose. Jose is what it's supposed to represent. That's just like the word Jesus, Jose. But you're right, that is a good name for this area, San Jose. Hmm. Yes, I have. When I was a kid, I've been to Los Angeles before. That's where Disneyland is. When I was about 8 years old, I went out to Disneyland. I wouldn't want to be again, though. The traffic on them freeways is murder, and it can be. It can be if road rage out there can be really can be detrimental. Mm. Mm. Sacramento? Yeah, I have. I've been through Sacramento. My brother-in-law has family that lives out there in Sacramento. We've been through there. Sacramento's a really nice area. Mm-hmm. Yes, they are. It's burning a lot of people out of their homes. So far, 36 people have died. Mm-mm. Most closest that I've been to these fires was from the heavy soot and smoke that was in the area here for like a week. And we have gotten a notice saying that we may have to vacate our property. But it wasn't official. It didn't come across that we had to do that. So came close. Yep. One of the firefighters lost their life. Yep. Yeah, that's a hell of a good question, YouTuber. And I don't know. To me, I think these are controlled fires. There's already been some people that have been arrested for arson out here. So when they say that it was the weather that started all these fires, personally, I don't think that to be true. If these states really wanted to, they could put that fire out. That's right. I don't think the state really does. This is a state that has all these damn fire departments all over the place. They got access to fucking planes like you wouldn't believe, to where that they could, if they wanted to. I mean, over all the years that California's been around, if it's that concerning about wildfires, why don't they have shit built up for it? Oh, but wait, they do. They got huge reservoirs set aside in multiple areas that they know to be hot spots. And guess what? They're full of water. They have multiple ways that they can fight these fires, but yet it's able to run rapid out of control. And like I said, some people have already been arrested for arson for starting fires along with the shit. Yeah. Especially with the virus. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know. When it comes to this virus, keep your distance for folks. Do what you got to when you got to go to work and do your shit at work and go home. Don't hang out with others. Don't do any of that shit. Just, try and keep yourself low key. That's what I'm doing. I go to work. I do what I can. Get out of work. I can go straight home. If I need to get food or anything like that, I don't know. Go to this nearest 7-Eleven or something like that late at night where there's not very many people out at all. Less contact with others. And even then, there's no guarantees, you won't get coronavirus. Still no guarantees. Are the cops good in California? Yeah. It's hit and miss. I guess there are some good police officers, but then again, I've heard of a lot of bad cops too. So it's just a matter of who you run into. I mean, I have experienced some bad cops, but I've also experienced a lot of good cops. California, are they strict? Well, I don't know what you mean by if they're strict. Strict about what? about the rules and laws. Well, they do call them law enforcement officers, so yeah, I'd say they do enforce the laws. Rules, not so much. I mean, what are they meaning? You know, rules and laws are two different things. A place in itself can have a set of rules, but a law enforcement can't make uh, you obey property's kind of rules, kind of ordeal. That's on the property owner's ordeal for that. As far as rules are concerned, cops can't make you follow rules. They can make you only follow laws. This thing with the face masks, okay, if they make it a mandated law in the area in which you live, if you don't wear it, they can fine you for it. And if they had to, I guess they can even jail you for it, depending on how many offenses you get under it. Some places are saying if you get like 3 citations or something like that, they can throw you in jail. So I don't know. And like I said, it depends on the area in which you live, or not live, but you know, wherever you're going. Me, I always carry a mask in my car. So even if I stumble upon an area that you must wear a face mask in public kind of ordeal, I at least have that. So, but most of the areas out here, it's not a mandation that you have to wear it directly in public unless you're going into a business. If a store requires you to wear a mask, if you go into a grocery store and it's not a mandated law in the area, the most they can do is enforce their rules or not accept the um, inside my house. Why? You know, being in the outdoor element is better than being stuck up inside all the time. Even the CDC, even and the health organization states that very fact. If the sun was to bear its fucking face out, the UV rays helps knock it down. You want to see? You want to see what? Oh, the inside of my house? No, thank you. I don't like to go inside my house. You know, I don't like to give camera views of the inside of my home. So yeah, I'm sorry, but I just don't do that. Probably. I got a full house, so I can't really have anybody else living with me. I got an annoying as hell pain in the ass of a roommate. Then I got my youngest son. Then I got a friend of mine that I'm helping out during this pandemic who was homeless himself. So trust me, I got my hands full. Which my roommate is not that bad. She's just, I don't know, she can just be irritating sometimes. But I'm sure I'm irritating to her too, so just to be fair about it, I guess. You should go to the park one day and do a stream there. That would be nice if you could do something like that. But no, you can't just go to a park and do that out here in California. Depending on the park that you go, well, may not be safe for you to do that. It's like I said, state of California. You know, it's pretty fucked up place to live, really. I mean, it's not that it's really that horrible, but they have some issues. Come on, hey, come on out here and go sit up at St. James Park and set up a cam and do a live feed and tell me how it goes. Because next thing you know, I'll be watching shifting from the camera because somebody's running away from your camera. Maybe someone might even walk up and stick you in the back with a knife. And you just don't do, you know. You should go to the park one day and do a stream there. No, yeah, ain't happening. So like I said, not all parks are that way, but you know, I don't know the safe parks and the unsafe parks. I know some of the parks out here to be dangerous, like that one I just mentioned, St. James. Hell, back in the old Western days, they used to do hangings in that park. They used to hang people in the trees. Are you planning to move from California since it's too? Dude, if I had the money, and if I had the money and the setup for another place, I'd do it in a fucking heartbeat. Right now, with the money that I'm making and the hours that I put in, believe me, in some cases is insane. I'm barely skipping by my teeth as far as paying my bills and keeping shit going. But yeah, I would love to move the fuck out of this state. You damn right. You can forget about filing for taxes. Filing for taxes either, even if you're on doing a minimum wage job full time. Don't even bother trying to file taxes. They'll want more money from you. And that's being serious. And that's bullshit. So If I move, hmm. Right now, I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even know. I used to live in Nevada, but from my understanding, ever since I'd moved from there, which to me was a good idea for me to do in the first place, because it started getting to be crazy out there back in the fucking 90s, and come around the turn of the century. Um, when I went back there and paid a visit about 10 years ago, it was fucking chaotic. I was glad I moved away from there because they brought in a new agency called Code Enforcement. Now you got a bunch of yippies running around telling you, how to keep your yard and shit like that. And you're not even in any form of association whatsoever. Um, Montana is a good state, really. But yeah, it got chaotic out there. They brought in all that shit, and then um, they started Metro really started. Well, in a way, I guess they started loosening their reins a little bit because Metro is the most ruthless fucking police department anywhere in the United States. Is from what I can gather, from what I've experienced out there with them cops out there. Yeah, you go out there, thinking that, even the thought of wanting to do something wrong, they'll be right up your ass. Out there, they don't fuck around, and they show full onset brute force to make you understand you don't fuck around in Vegas. They'll kill you. That police department doesn't fuck around. Believe me, I know. I grew up there from when I was a child all the way up until when I was uh, 23, 24. But Montana's a good state, huh? I don't know. I don't know enough about Montana. How's the rent out there? Let me ask this kind of a question about Montana. Is Montana a Republican state or is it a Democrat state? You live in Pennsylvania? That's cool. I heard the Pennsylvania police out there don't play games either. I traveled through Pennsylvania a long time ago on Greyhound, and some dude tried hitchhiking on the bus, and fucking cops came right up on that motherfucker, went right back to where he was. At first, it kind of threw me off as to what the hell they were doing there in the first place. But they went up to this, tapped on him. Home dude was like, "I'm sleeping." What? And cop looked at him and said, "Come on, let's get up and let's go." Dude's like, "Dude, I'm fucking sleeping." Next thing you know, the cops grabbing him by the scruff of his neck, brought him up on his fucking feet and said, "You walk out here being dragged out." And when the guy didn't answer the cop dragged him out by his fucking collar. I mean, literally drug his ass out the fucking bus. They don't fuck around. Well, and I'm not saying that that cop was a bad cop either. So don't get me wrong. You know, I mean, hell, the guy just didn't want to follow instructions. So I'm sure the cop wasn't really wanting to be a dick to him, but you're gonna be ignorant and stupid. But then again, that cop knew he was a stowaway. He knew he didn't have a ticket because I guess he got caught on their cameras sneaking on the bus. And, you know, they didn't beat the guy's ass. They just assisted him off the bus. See, to me, I think every cop is a good cop until they prove me wrong. Because the thing of it is we all know that there's some bad cops out there. And it's just fucked up, really, to label every cop as a bad cop because you've come across a bad cop. You know what I mean? And I kind of hope that can make sense to anybody out there in internet land. Don't label every cop as a bad cop. It's just bad to do. You know, you come across a bad cop, do what you can to get that fucker off the force. Another agency that you know that honestly is you got to be careful about dealing with, and that would be Seattle police too. Seattle police are pretty rough, or they can be. Uh, how long have you lived in Pennsylvania? And how is the COVID-19 out there? Is it bad or is it okay, or what's the situation with it? Oh wow, that's cool. I gotta say, if you're happy where you're at and you don't have any problems, and I'd say that would be a good state to be in. Is that state? Is it a Democrat or a Republican state? They're okay from my perspective. Schools are planning to reopen. That's good. Because I'll tell you this much, I don't want to be in a fucking Democrat state anymore. Any more than I have to, anyway. And this state right here, it's a Democratic state. I'll be right back, guys. See, told you I'd be right back. Well, I can probably find that out. I can just Google it. You know, I lived in Minnesota for a while, and it's not that Minnesota was horrible or anything like that. The people out there, they can be kind, but they're distant, and you know, they have this fake front of being good, and you know, you bite into it, and you think it's good until you live there for a while. You know, it doesn't matter how long you live there. Them people, they look after their own before they will anybody that's considered as an outsider. And it doesn't matter how long you live out there. They just don't accept you as one of their own very easily. You get one rotten egg in your family and they'll cast out your whole fucking family. It's pretty fucked up. Oh, well, that's good. But California here, it being a Democratic state, which it wasn't always a Democratic state, just like Nevada. Nevada was, that blew my mind to find that Nevada did a complete 360. It went from being a Republican state to a Democratic state. I have a funny feeling that's about around the time that I sat there and boot scoot and boogied, because I started noticing, some really hardcore shit going on out there in Vegas as to what made me want to leave Vegas. Because, like I said, that police department in itself, that was a no-brainer on that. As the older I was getting out there, the more reckless and dangerous that department started becoming. I mean, it got so fucking bad, dude, that even if if you're, if you commit a traffic offense, they got to come up to your car with a gun drawn. It's very unsettling. A petty fucking ticket, and the police department out there are completely helpless when it comes to helping folks anyway. It took me a long time to realize that a police officer was not supposed to act that way. I was just conditioned from when I was a kid as to thinking that was an okay thing. Thoughts on who? Hold on. Any thoughts on Minneapolis, please? I don't know. I've never come across, I don't know. I've never dealt with any of the inner city police departments out there in Minnesota. I've only, I lived clear up on the Iron Range. I lived in a small town called Nashwauk where we only had one cop. Well, actually a couple of cops, but there was one chief and a couple of shift cops. And really the crime rate was really, really low. What was that other person said? How come what? What the fuck? Okay. How come BLM lost so much support in the NBA and well, because it's bullshit. I'll answer this question. Okay. Lucid Gaming 0922. How come BLM lost so much support and hold on. God damn it. Okay. God damn. Okay. How come BLM lost so much support and the NBA and NHL won't put social justice messages on the court or ice rink anymore? Well, I don't know why they're not doing it, but this is maybe my opinion, and I want to state only my opinion. of the matter, I think, is because, well, it's kind of racist, really. BLM is saturated over the fact of Black Lives Matter. Okay. You want to fight for justice? Okay. Fight for all lives matter. Okay. Because if you don't think that a cop wouldn't shoot a white man in the back like they've done with a black man, and I think it's fucked up that all the footage that gets released is all about black people getting shot and killed. If you have any idea how many white people that act all puffy like they do lately, okay, you would understand that it should state all lives matter. Because a cop doesn't just treat a bad cop doesn't just treat a black person bad. They treat all people bad. So we need to get rid of those bad cops, and the problems will go away. Well, the thing of it is look, all lives do matter. The BLM movement is a good thing. Don't get me wrong, because the thing of it is the way that it looks, it isn't right. It is not right for a cop to pull any ethnic group of any kind over and then get trigger happy and shoot and kill them. That is not good for them to ever do. That part I'm in support of. I get behind that. I've seen some videos of some very interesting footage on the way some of the police departments, even out there in Minnesota, that was not fucking good at all. And I think that any police officer that does these type of things should be held just as equally accountable as if they would hold accountable to a citizen shooting and killing a cop. I think that a police officer in the commission of his duty does this type of thing, okay, should face the death penalty. Because in our Constitution, in our Bill of Rights, what right do they have to do that kind of thing? What gave them the power to be above a citizen in the first place? Black Lives Movement, it is an important movement. It is. So I'm not sugarcoating it in any way, shape, or form. But they should come together to say all lives matter, because it isn't just them that they're doing this to. So that's what my stance is on the whole ordeal. My stance on it is to say that all lives matter. And for them putting it out there like that on their billboards and stuff like that, did you see how BLM used that and turned it into what they really wanted? Now, no, because the true BLM wasn't doing that. There's some fucked up groups that went alongside BLM and tried to throw a wrench in the system. Okay, BLM wasn't trying to be terroristic or any of that shit. They had a good thing going, okay? But there's some groups that are going alongside it that that they want to press the BLM matter thing, but they want to throw in their own twist, like as though as if it's a terroristic group. And I don't believe it to be a terroristic group in any way, shape, or form. I think the BLM movement is a good thing. The true BLM movement. So no, BLM didn't flip the script. The true BLM didn't flip the script. But I do think that BLM should, because look, they went through a lot of shit when they went through a lot of shit. Their ancestors went through a lot of shit. Okay. So therefore, there's a lot of hate and a lot of pain. More pain than there is hate. Because let me tell you something. I got a lot of nice black friends that would give their shirt off their back to help you. They would give you a job, or vice versa. They'd invite you into their home. They would, they're fucking awesome people. But I've also come across some racist ones too. So don't get me wrong. In every ethnic group of any kind, okay, you got racism in every form of group, regardless of what race it is. And to me, I think everybody should get along, regardless of what race it is. Because to me, brother, all lives matter. Rather what color or ethnic, whatever your history is, your life matters to me. My life matters too. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what. And if by any chance you doubt my sincerity about that, ask my good friend over here, runs his shop over here, how serious I am. I heard a fight fixing to break off over here over in the center, and I come looping over this damn wall to back him. And I'll tell you what, he can tell you where my heart lies. Nice, and he's one of the he's a very, very good man. Another one that I know that without thinking twice of it, he would give his shirt off his back if he thought it would help you if you needed it. I mean, shit, you should have seen this 51-year-old man boot scooting boogie on over. I was ready to fucking scrap. Only because I know the way of this man's heart. He's a good man. One of these days, I already asked him once before if he would let me interview him. And he was like, hell yeah, just give me at least a half hour to an hour's notice prior to doing anything. And sure, you can have an interview with me. So one of these days, you guys will meet him. His name's Tommy. He's a really awesome guy. Yeah, I think it's funny. When I was in high school, I remember one day that my history teacher wanted us to do an assignment on our history tree. And I'll tell you what, that was very enlightening to find out what my history tree it consisted of. And to me, it kind of made sense, and maybe it was a better understanding as to why I'm as good as I am with others. Bulldog, I'll be right back. Okay. All right, YouTuber. Um, you know, you guys got to know that back in the day when they pulled that shit that they pulled as far as having slavery over here, not every white person went out and was into that bullshit about doing the slave trade and all that shit. I hope that a lot of black folks can understand that. You are? Well, that's cool. Well, when I did my family tree back in high school, I had come to find that nobody, and I mean nobody, in my family tree has ever owned a slave. Me, I'm glad, but that also told me that my family heritage tree helped try to fight for the freedom, you know, to help fight for the freedom of slaves, which is good. But then again, I'm not trying to rule myself out in any way, because let me tell you something. There are white folks um, that even if they did have some ancestry that showed that they had owned slaves, their children didn't grow up to be that way, to be in that kind of predicament either. Because there's a lot of white folks that just didn't fucking believe in this shit, that they didn't like it. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm a night worker. I tell you what, I really, I mean, now that all this stupid bullshit has popped off, I really wish I had kept in good contact with another friend of mine that lived out there in Vegas, who was one of my supervisors to one of the companies I worked for. Hmm. I wish he was still around. That was I mean, he was another really awesome person that I had met in my life. And I ended up taking a fucking bullet for him. Not a whole hell of a lot, believe it or not. I mean, I should be making good money, but I don't. I mean, I have certifications under my belt that most guards don't even have, and I should be paid accordingly, and yet I'm not. I'm getting about 16, what is it, 16.50 an hour, but then the overtime kicks in, and I'm sitting okay. I just don't like having to make it to where that I have to get into overtime. I'm not a young pup anymore. I mean, I'm full time, which is good. And sometimes, and lately for the last few weeks, I've been getting a lot of good overtime. Just this last check here, I cleared a little over 1,600 within 2 weeks. It's not that much. Well, that's basically what minimum wage is here in California. And it's bullshit. It's bullshit. I should be getting paid a whole hell of a lot more with the certifications that I have. It's not that much. You're right. It isn't that much. And I should be paid more. I've been uh, I've been with this company for for almost a year. For about a year now. But prior to that, well, I was with that one there for about 4 months. That guy there irritated me to the point that I called him an asshole and he fired me. But the company prior to that, I'd been with for almost 10 years and still no difference in pay. And believe me, you fight like hell. I mean, with this other company I worked for, what they did, it was kind of bullshit because whenever I went in to go for a raise, what they would do is they would back my overtime hours out. And then they got to the point that they completely refused to give me any form of overtime at all. So I was losing money. People that were making minimum wage were making more money than what I was because they were getting very good in overtime. So do know this, when you fight for a raise in your company and you do get it and you think it's great, they find a way of screwing you because you will be the last one on their list they're going to call in case of an emergency, regardless of how dependable you are. It's just the way it is. It's the way the fucking world is. So No, I don't pitch too much of a bitch anymore because I know that if I do, and I'll get it, I'll get the raise, but they'll fuck me in hours. And out here in California, I'm going to tell you this right now because my roommate's going through this bullshit. You think I would end up owing more money to the IRS at the end of the year? She really fucking owes. Why? Because even though one job's given her full time and the other job is given her full time, they don't take the proper bracket of income tax from her. So at the end of the year, she's always paying into it. And they're both minimum wage jobs. You have a new car with full coverage, insurance, and a 1-bedroom apartment rent that costs $2,000. That's right. And that was pulling teeth. You wouldn't believe how I ended up getting my car. And this was the first car that I've ever bought in my life that was new, that I was able to go into a car dealership and say, I want that car, and get it. And you wouldn't believe the shit I had to go through to get it. I thought it was, see, what progressed me to do it was this. Okay, I had a woman guard that was working with me on a site. I was her supervisor, and she was coming in with the junker every day. Well, one day, her driveline dropped out, and she was having some issues with her transmission. She went into a car dealership. Mind you, this woman has fucked credit, and I mean fucked credit. She's been evicted out of every place she's lived. She's been behind on utility bills, been behind on all different types of bills. She's got creditors coming after her left and right, so much so it's coming out her ears. And yet she walked into a car dealership knowing how fucked her credit was. Okay, at least she thought she was having fucked credit. She walked out that day off of that lot with a brand new car. Brand new. $30 an hour? God, I wish. I would if this company would get off their ass. And, the thing of it is, there's racism all over, okay? Even with this company, it's kind of racy. The owner that owns this company, he's in an ethnic group. I won't mention what race he is, and I don't think he controls that part anyway. It's the people that's within his own clique that control it. But any good contract that comes up is armed, okay, that, jeweler store, anything that's very important, they give to somebody else. I rarely ever get the opportunity to get that $30 an hour, because that's what they pay you for being on an armed post. Some posts aren't required you to be armed, but yet you can be armed. And in some posts, just don't want you to be armed at all. So where they have me over a fucking barrel is they have me on sites that don't necessarily require you to be armed, but yet you can be armed. Go figure that one out. So yeah, I'm pretty much fucked in that regard, dealing with this company. And the thing that really pisses me off to no extent is how at the because you have to recertify every 6 months in the state of California to keep your firearm guard card up to date. And guess who gets to pay for that? You yourself. An added extra expense that I get to pay. Oh, Pie Guy's in here? I didn't see him. Oh, hey, Pie Guy. Hey, brother, what you up to? You're late to the party? You're not missing anything much. We're just conversating anyway. Okay, YouTuber. Oh, shit. Ah, man. My car needs a jump, so I got behind on running errands. Oh, is it an automatic or a stick? In other words, is it an automatic or manual transmission? That's what I should say. That would be the proper way of putting that. Well, welcome back. Boy, you quick. Yes, what do you have? Stick or manual or do you have manual transmission or automatic? If it's an automatic, well, you got to need a jump start by cables or by jump pack. But if you got a manual transmission, all you'd have to do is roll it forwards or backwards, whichever way it has the hill, and you can just pop the clutch. And away you go. Automatic, all that sucks. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, don't use baking soda or soda pop on them. It doesn't work as good as you think. It'll clean the surface of it. You know, if you got a toothbrush and stuff, you can take the terminals off, and you can douse it with baking soda, but scrub it clean. And then use one of them bristle brushes to kind of clean the surface a little more better for the inside of the part to get a good connection, and to be sure to do it to your post on your battery as well. That way it'll have a good solid connection. I can drive either or. I can drive automatic or manual transmission. But for now, my car isn't. It's automatic. I really want to get that doggone Pathfinder, Nissan Pathfinder. That shit was tight. You know, a good portion of the time I've had four-wheel drives, and usually I would not drive anything that wasn't four-wheel drive. And the number one reason why I liked having four-wheel drives is because if you lose your drive shaft in any way, shape, or form, you can pin it up and you can use the four-wheel drive to get your ass home. You just can't go over 45 miles an hour in it. But at least you wouldn't be stranded on the side of the road and you can get yourself home. But yeah, unfortunately, I have automatic myself. A Matchbox makes a Pathfinder. That's cute. Oh, stuck on it. Yeah, I gotta tighten that up a bit. What the hell? Uh-oh. Popo getting somebody. Let's see here. Yep, there they go. Oh, damn. Oh. Oh, you have a Ford Fusion? Huh. 1776. Wow. Holy shit. Yeah. You know what Ford stands for, don't you? It stands for many things, folks. Fords are bad news. Fix or repair daily. Yeah. There you go. There's one of them. Can you think of another? Found on road dead. Okay, now I'll come up with one. Found off road dead. Can anyone think of another? Come on, I know you guys got to know some more. Okay, so far we got this. Found on road dead, found off road dead, fixed or repaired daily. Come on, what's next? And I know somebody knows this other one. Somebody's got to know it. Flat out rotten, damn it. Huh? Fucked on race day. That's the answer we were looking for. Fucked on race day. Thank you very much for playing there, Pie Guy. Anybody got any others? So you got fix or repair daily, found on road dead, found off road dead, and fucked on race day. See, up in Minnesota, I had no choice but to stick with Fords because, see, Ford's parts are so fucking expensive. Instead of going out and buying the parts for their vehicle, they just give them away. There are like rust buckets, you know, because of the snow and the salt and shit on the roads out there. So really, Fords carry no value in the state of Minnesota at all. So getting a Ford was easy for me to get, you know. But man, if you wanted Chrysler or any of the other name brands that were cheap on parts and stuff, Chevrolet, any of that, you paid out the wazoo for. Even in an older model of vehicle, as long as it wasn't Ford, you were going to pay good for it. Did I get a parting gift for playing? Well, I don't have anything cooped up there. I guys, sorry. Which is going to be a good thing, right? Jackpot, nice gift. Hell yeah. You got this lighter. That's it. Hmm. Well, anyways, guys, I didn't forget about you guys the last few days. I just been in a lot of pain, so yeah. I got a bad tooth. It needs to come out. But other than that, I'm okay. There you go. Gotta have the Reaper sign it too. You get a date with bulldogs. Us, Nate. Oh, I don't even think even Pie Guy would take that. Oh, hell no. I think Pie Guy, I swear to God, my roommate, she'll go out, she won't come back. Pie Guy is stuff her in the trunk of his car and take her out into a desert somewhere. Nag, 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 nag. I feel sorry for the guy that ends up with her. I mean, she'll be nice to the guy for a few years, and then she'll wear on him. It's like I said, she's one of them girls. She's going to be one of them inquired taste kind of girls that not just any guy's going to take. That much I do know. Poor Pie Guy. That he'd go on the date with her. He'd come back. He'd drop her back off on the doorstep, and he'd be like, "I'm unsubscribing from you, bulldog." Be like, "What the fuck?" I think I can explain away why she'd been moody lately. It has nothing to do with her sleeping on that couch deal. She's been trying to quit smoking, so she's been vaping instead. So, it's no big deal. Hey, I hope she succeeds in quitting smoking. That would be a good thing. Image. I'm still trying. Oh man, trying to recover from the image wrap. I'll have nightmares for a month. Yeah, she's one of them women that don't believe in douching. That'll add even more of a nightmare. Seriously, she's so dead set she thinks all douche products will fuck with the pH balance of a woman. And you know, she'd be right if she got the kind that has vinegar in it. She'd be right, but they make them without vinegar. I mean, fuck, man. One day I got into an interesting conversation with her and told her, I said, well, fuck, man, you still take a little soap down there. No, no. That fucks with the pH balance of the woman, too. You can't do that. And I went, man, I feel sorry for the guy that wants to like try and travel down that avenue of going down there. I'm sorry, the guy's not making it back. And I don't give a flying fuck about getting past the smell of having it licked. Ain't no possible way with me. Don't ever think I can sleep again. Even though, get this guy that she was interested in, this guy that was sleeping around with her, when that conversation came up, dude, I said, I can't fathom being with a woman that won't even use as much as soap and water down there. For the things I like to do to a woman, dude, there ain't no fucking way I would ever put my head down there. That dude had the nerve to tell me, no, I ain't got no complaints. I think she's fine. But yet, a couple days later, the dude scoop boogie with another girl. He was out of the scene. He was gone. So what does that tell you? And home dude said he enjoyed doing that kind of thing too. Because I'm sorry, if it's good, you're gonna hold on to it and you ain't gonna let it go. Yeah, that's right, pie guy. Yeah, man, and you're not even dating her. Fuck. Can you imagine if you were dating her? Shit, dude, you'd be scratching your eyes out. You'd be, well, you know how that goes. I have my eyelid sewn open, mouth. So no sleep for you, huh? Well, hello. How was your day? Oh, okay. Right, guys, like I'm glad I showed up for this. Oh my god. We should talk bad of Pie Guy's new lady. Oh, the Grim Reaper came.
How you doing?
Perfect timing.
Well,
Yeah,
why?
because everybody showed up.
Oh,
I'm here. Mary just got here. Mm. We're talking about Pie Guy's new girl. Speak of the devil. Yeah, see, even that's one soul that the Grim Reaper won't touch. He won't. Couldn't pay him to take that soul. Oh, oh, shit! She's chewing on Jeff's ear there for a little bit. Don't worry, he'll be coming back out here in a minute. Just give him a second. Watch, see how long it takes him to come out that door. Yep, she's into his ear pretty good. I guess she's harping about what's going on at work today. She cool. Like I said, give it a minute. Help me out here. My stomach muscles are sore from all the dry heaving. I thought it had been from the laughing. Did last week's lunch come up on you? Shit, last year's lunch would come up on me. I mean, last year's that'd be bad. Oh, by the way, guys, another thing, a dead giveaway. Here's a dead giveaway of a girl that doesn't take care of themselves down there. They shaved their twats bald. And why did they do that? Less maintenance. That deadly tells you right there how lazy they are. Yep. In the 80s? Oh my God. That was bad. Yeah, she's one that does that shit too. To me, I think when a girl does that, it does one of two things. To me, I don't know. If a guy insistently insists on a girl doing that, in my mindset, I think they're perverted for doing it, for having them do that. And I think it was funny as hell because when I mentioned that to her, oh, you have to go? All right, YouTuber. I guess we'll catch you later, brother. Sex ed with bulldog. It's an education, all right. Well, I don't know. I just think that if a girl takes good care of themselves, it should never be like that down there in the first place. You know what I mean? Some things are better left unknown. Yeah, you're right. But you got to know, I mean, there's some things that you should. There's some telltale signs you should look forward to. Sometimes it's good to have someone that's experienced in that way. Because if I mean, it helps you dodge a hell of a bullet, and that's for damn sure. Oh, Wait a minute. What did the blind guy say? What did the blind guy say when he passed the fish market? Hello, ladies. Oh my God. What the fuck? Why did I do that? Why did okay, you stupid thing? Go away. That is funny. Hello, ladies. Well, hey guys, I am gonna need to let you guys go because I do want to go in and lay down for a little bit. Um, probably not. It's probably why he drug the trash off the trash bin. Get a break. You want to smoke stogie? Or you still got yours left? Oh, I am Ref said, hey. He's like, hi. Hi. Poor guy. All right, bye, guy. All right, well, I'm going to log out here. Get me some sleep. If I can, I'll try and come on later if I can. So, yeah. Oh, you gonna come out? I guess you're gonna come out and spend time with us. So say hi to the Reaper. Bye, Rat. Yeah. I was gonna fix the log out and go to bed. If you weren't gonna come out here and sit and shoot shit for a little bit.
So how'd last night go?
Last night went good. The guard that I relieved, he didn't tell me that there was a homeless person sleeping in the back parking lot in a motor home, which you can distinctively know that's there by looking at the camera. That's okay. I said, fuck it. I wasn't even going to fuck with it. And I didn't. The other agency that goes through that parking lot pulled up on him and kind of told him to split. So I was like, okay. Hey, it gave them a stay of execution for a while. Because I'm not going to do what everybody else's fucking job is supposed to be fucking done.
Right.
I mean, those days of doing that shit for this company is over. I'm not.
Not worth it.
No, fuck no. Especially when I get screwed all the time.
Yeah, you do your job and you make a complaint.
Guys, check this out. Okay, one of my specialties in doing security is working and doing construction sites, okay? I've done a lot of them over the years, especially out in Nevada, so I know how they're ran. I know the way that some of these building codes and shit are orchestrated, so I can save them money by avoiding certain catastrophes with the state. learning how to deal this shit along with the type of work that you do is a very big deal. And it's worth something to a security agency to get someone that knows what they're doing. I come out here to California. Okay, California's laws are, a lot of them, Nevada uses the NRS code, Nevada revised statutes, and California here is no different from Nevada because they use the penile code out here, or as you would want to refer to as the penis code. Bend over and we'll shove it in your ass code. Okay, so they're pretty much similar. And so to learn what their codes were for construction sites out here was easy for me. It was a breeze. And I can't, they had me work on this one particular site. Okay. And I knew just what to do. And I have saved them countless fines from the utility companies and from, and what I mean by that is like, okay, if they get sprung a leak, water leaks all over the place, instead of these people plugging the pipes or anything like that, the construction workers will continue doing their shit and they'll drag the mud out in the street, which leaves debris on a public easement. Okay, they get fined for that. I stop them, get them to, spray down their tires prior to them leaving a property. It avoids that. But what's most importantly is knowing where them shutoff valves are to where you can avoid it yourself. And of course, get them to fix the problems that occur. Half the time, the site superintendent don't even know the problems existed unless someone brings it to their attention, which nobody does out here. So that's where our job comes into handy, the extra handy, because we make a log of it and they can fix it right away. We stop the disaster from occurring. It's a matter of prevention. Okay. Fire watches. I can do fire watches. I can do all sorts of shit that I'm trained to do. And so, like I said, it saves them big time. So I came across one site that needed more than one guard. Why? Because not only were they dealing with homeless people and with people stealing off their sites, but you had the city too that were keeping an eye on making sure that their shit's up to code. So I got this superintendent to hire on a second guard because the property was a pretty good size. And at the time, I couldn't keep an eye on both sides. Okay. So the guy took my advisement and hired on a second guard for my agency. I trained this guard in what to look for and what to do and fine-tuned him really good, right? And so it got to the point that, again, because of the size of the site, and as much as they have built, two guards can't keep an eye on the same damn thing. It's just impractical for us to catch everything. So then I went and I told him, I said, listen, even though it's progressed, okay, and we are missing some things here and there, okay, we do need more than what we need out here. I got this guy not only to hire on a second guard for me, but he hired on two more guards to cover all points of the property. And then from every now and then, a fifth guard for the inner building, inner structure. So I brought money to this fucking company. You think they would have thrown me a bone? Say, hey, look, you do good work for our company. We want you as a supervisor for any of the other construction sites that we get. Nope. You'd think my pay rate would go up a little more. Nope. So come hell and high water, come the end of this project, this place wants me there. They don't want my company there. So yeah, it was kind of one of them little ordeals. They'll never hire that agency I was working for to be on their sites again.
They're piles of shit.
They're piles of shit. What it was is, see, all they had to do to fix the situation, I told it, it got to the point that I didn't need to tell them anymore. I just assigned somebody as a lead guard while I was out of the, from my days off and shit like that. Because where they were fucking up is on the days that I was off. Everybody relaxed and wouldn't do anything. So what ended up happening is I appointed, they'll give you a bone, all right. And and that's about the bone that I was getting. Here's your reward, bulldog. Come on, bend over. Yeah. So I don't know. I felt like I got really fucked on that whole ordeal. And I stopped wanting to do construction sites for this company completely. Because every site that I worked on from that company, okay, I have gotten nothing but compliments. I work hard. They see that I'm alert and awake in the mornings. I'm making my rounds. I'm doing the things that they're wanting a guard to do on their site. But then they would shift me out and then put someone there, that is fresh in the country, doesn't have any experience, and doesn't know shit. And that
You should tell that story to another security guard company. They might hire you right away at the super.
Yeah, really.
Really, I ain't kidding. You said it just the way you just said.
Well, I went down that road, and that's why fucking that other agency hired me. And you know what? I was getting nothing but kudos over the year too. They were liking my work as far as being able to do the checkpoints and to watch everything out on the building if any lights went out or any of that shit.
They ended up being dill holes.
They ended up being dill holes, and I ended up telling up the fucking.
We got to find the right company.
Yeah, I know. I got to find the right company. That's for sure. But yeah, even they were willing to pay me more than what this company or the previous company. They were willing to pay me more. I was making $17 an hour sitting over there.
Yeah, you got to find some. You got to keep going, looking.
Yeah, I should. Yeah, but here's the problem. Here's the problem with that, Jeff.
They don't give you enough hours.
And I knew that this company was going to do that because they wanted me to feel that I'm in good hands with them.
Yeah.
But the moment and I knew it, and I kept saying it, didn't I? Watch, 3 weeks are going to back my hours off.
Yeah.
And sure shit, in 3 weeks, what did they do?
So they could save 3 cents. Those fucking idiots.
They backed off all of my hours, kept the other racial people that were on that site, their hours. I was the only one affected. That's why I called that dude an asshole.
Yeah, that was the right wording.
And that's funny because I went to the human resources of that company and told them what transpired. And they said he didn't have a right to fire you. Only human resources can terminate you. But, you can't go work with him anymore because he's the lead of that crew. And, we can't make him have you work. And I said, look, if he was in the fault for this shit, then why aren't you punishing him?
Well, because we suck his dick. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, but Rita's reviews on Google, there's other people that are sitting there saying this guy's racist. He shows favoritism toward others and da-da-da-da-da. So what I should have done is called him a racist fucking asshole is what I should have said.
You got to find a company that actually cares about their security. You know?
Yeah, true. But here's the thing: you get into a small company, they're gonna, if they give you the hours, it's gonna be fine, but they're gonna fuck you on some of your pay because they can't afford to pay you.
Yeah, well, fuck that.
Or if you go with a big corporation, they'll give you full time, but they don't want to give you any overtime. Because there's a reason why they're a big corporation, is because they skim and save the money wherever they possibly can, including overtime.
Right.
So even if they're going to lose a contract, if they can't get a guard on their site right away, in fear of having to pay that overtime, so be it. They'll lose the contract. They don't care.
Because they're shtick. They're picking up pennies and losing dollars.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
There's a lot of stupid people. Even big companies.
Big.
They're stupid.
Yeah.
All the way from the bottom to the top.
Yeah.
That's why the wood chipper was invented.
See, that's why this is why I would never, I would never want my company to be a world-renowned company because of that very thing. And a lot of people, they're shutting shit like that down. They're getting tired of these big corporations coming in and doing that. Yeah, they'll give you the rock bottom dollar, and it'll fuck everybody else from getting a contract. But the quality of that service sucks. Right. It's just not garbage. There. Yeah, garbage. And when you're dealing with insurance, and when you're dealing with security agencies, this so-called world-renowned bullshit of companies that have companies in many states, you're asking for trouble by hiring people like that. You're asking for it. Yes, they can be dirt fucking cheap. Big fucking whoop. You know, that'll be the quality you'll get is shit. So I'd much rather go with a company that's going to charge me a little more for their services for better quality than sacrificing that quality to save a fucking buck. Just like here, the Reaper here was telling me, dude, you can go over here and get an oil change for like 45 bucks, you know, and have to change it within like 3 months or so. Or what do you say? Like every 3,000 miles or some bullshit like that. But then yet you can go over here and spend $90, get the synthetic oil, and get it to where you don't need to change it as often. You can go like 9,000 miles or some bullshit like that before you need to change the oil, or 90,000 miles or something like that. I don't know. But the quality, you know what I mean? I would much rather go for the more expensive, not have to worry about it down the road if there's going to be an issue. You get what you pay for. And sometimes, you know, you got to take a step back and really assess the situation when you're buying something, because getting the most expensive is not the really necessarily best thing either. Just look at the quality of what you're getting and then base it on that. That's the only way you'll get a good deal on something, on whatever it is you're going for. Because sometimes you could be paying for a brand name of something, and that that quality might be there, but you're just paying for the fucking name, which is ridiculous. There are other companies out there that can put off the same damn thing, that do the same exact thing at a much cheaper price, but not so cheap that, the quality is not there. So if you can find the same thing at the same type of quality, fuck, get that. Yes, you have to do your homework. That's very important. Be a smart consumer. Exactly. Oh, shit. All right, guys. I do gotta let you guys go. I'm sorry. I just missed you guys. That's why I've been on so long. But yeah, I do gotta catch y'all later. If I can, I'll try and come on later on and see how everything's going. So for now, I will catch you guys on the next one. So peace. Yeah.